White guilt is the terror of being seen as a racist, as a bigot, that now pervades American life. All of our social policy, our culture, everything is touched. And this is the seduction that people on the left have fallen for. Because whites are still so vulnerable to that charge of being a racist, that is the power, all of the power of the American left is based on that guilt, that susceptibility, that terror of being seen as racist. And one of the big problems we have is that you talk about universities and political correctness and so forth. These are all ways in which white Americans say, I'm innocent. I don't feel this way. I'm not a bigot. I'm not a racist. I'm innocent. And white guilt causes this drive to prove and establish innocence. And so then we have a whole generation of black leaders who do one thing and one thing only: milk white guilt.
Well, and all of these formerly oppressed groups spit up a leadership that does nothing but vet white guilt, but offer moral authority. Say, oh, so Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton say to many, as they have in many instances to corporations in America, if you give me this and this and this, then I will say you're okay. I won't say your automobile or your gas station or whatever is not. Well, I won't stigmatize it as racist. And of course, corporate America lives in terror that their products are going to be stigmatized as racist, and so they give out hundreds of millions of dollars.
Texaco.
Texaco, is the Toyota is another one. Coca-Cola. Texaco paid, I believe, $750 million. And so white guilt always creates a corrupt leadership among minorities.
Not to introduce the presidential campaign, but Hillary Clinton in her deplorables statement, now famous, is a perfect example of saying, these people are bigots and racist. I am innocent. You vote for me, you prove your innocence. I offer you an identity of innocence. Being liberal, being left, is more an identity than anything else. It's the way I think of myself as a decent, civilized human being.
White guilt keeps these organizations alive, and they exist for no other, because they don't do a damn thing for black people. They don't even have the decency to tell us the truth, which is we're not going to get anywhere we don't take ourselves. I would support Jesse Jackson tomorrow morning if he would turn around, look his own people in the eye, and say, here's how you have to help yourself. If you don't help yourself, you're never going to make it. If you don't take responsibility, you're not going to ever get ahead. If he did that, he would be a legitimate leader of his people. But because he rejects that and sees that as Uncle Tomism, sees asking responsibility from his own people as Uncle Tomism, then he is a profound historical tragedy. And our leadership is a tragic leadership that has betrayed us.